You keeping an eye on the watch, Private? 300 seconds, and not a second to spare. And don't forget, never look directly into the sun. Ready.
280 seconds left.
Damn it. Looks like my measuring equipment is broken.
No, I'm afraid it's working perfectly fine. 240 seconds left.
We just received news from Antarctica, Machu Picchu, and Eastern Oceania. Their measurements match ours. We're expecting a solar flare similar to the Oswald flare from 2113 within the next 2 weeks. We all know that the terrestrial magnetic field can't protect us from a flare of this scale anymore. Our time is up.
It's not too late yet, Quaddy. We still have a chance.
Well, yeah, what about the Phoenix plan? We could escape.
The Phoenix plan is not an evacuation plan, Hardy. Quite the opposite. No, Salvador is right. A manipulation is our last chance.
What are they talking about?
Is the security of our pilots provided for by now?
Nigel, we are looking at certain death for every living thing in 2 weeks. We don't have a choice, I'm afraid. It's time we dare to take the final step. A step back. To the past.
Hi everyone, it's Alex and Jade. Alex, say hi.
Hey.
Nice.
She laughs.
So, this is me playing A New Beginning. And Alex, you can't laugh at me.
Okay, because you're a noob. What's going on?
So this is the prologue. So, I don't exactly know. It's about the apocalypse. This game is $10 on Steam. It's called A New Beginning. And it's actually really cool. It's a graphic novel style, not game, point and click.
Curse it.
Clearly. Wow, thanks.
Not again. I hope I have enough spare parts.
But this is the first part you're playing is this guy, and
It never
so
ends, does it? Okay then, let's see what's wrong with this thing.
there's something wrong with, and so I choose to do the tutorial because I have no idea how to play this game. And
My fogger.
So this is a
My
fogger?
fogger.
I keep clicking that option because I think it's funny.
My fogger.
It says my fogger.
My fogger.
I don't know what a fogger does. I've never heard of a fogger. I
Sounds
know
like
there's
a
fog machine.
Fog machine.
There's a little bird in the corner.
It's a pretty bird. I like these trees.
Sounds like
They look
something
nice.
is wrong with the motor.
What did you do to the motor?
I don't know.
What's this guy up in the
My
corner?
fogger.
I don't know what he is exactly. He looked
He
at first I
feeds
thought
on
he
the
was like a
parasites
crayon,
in the
He
but
looks like some
Just
type of
not
pencil.
quickly
or
enough.
something. But he does leave in a second. And
His smile is
I
stinging.
obviously did not take the time to read the whole thing. I just read the first paragraph or so, and then was like, oh, what the heck do I do? So I'm like, oh, go down there. No. And then
My
so
fogger.
I like, and then I finally see the shutter, and I click open. So now
So what is this accomplishing?
I
Aha.
don't know. I guess it's just
So that's
familiarizing
the
you
problem.
with
The belt
Controls.
tour.
yeah.
Where can I get a new one?
So basically, the belt broke, and so
How did
Maybe it
how
can
did
still be
break?
fixed.
I don't know.
It's stuck. That would explain the torn belt.
So it looks like that wheel or whatever it is. I don't know anything about
It's become
machines.
jammed.
Yeah, so I'm gonna need to fix that later, but that's
Some things just
another
don't
thing to
belong
do.
So
to
now
them.
the torn belt is in
I
your
prefer
inventory,
a good
right?
solid plan
Yeah.
before I
Okay.
start experimenting.
That smile. The
So-
guy in the corner.
I know. So this I'm trying to drag the belt or something, but I didn't know I could actually
Oh,
click
well,
on it. So now
it's
I'm
worth a
tying
try.
this belt. But obviously, I mean that's not
I
gonna work.
knotted the belt.
That makes sense. So it's like a puzzle game.
Yeah,
Not
it is
sure
like a
that will
puzzle
hold.
and it's
How is the knot going to work? I don't.
well, okay, when I run it it's just going to break again.
That makes sense.
Well, the thing's stuck. Alex.
I know. I mean, it makes sense. There's a big
That's it.
knot
The
in it.
belt tore again. There's no help for it. I need to replace it.
Okay, so what do you do at this point?
So,
You have to go get a new belt.
yeah. Now this is the part where everything gets just boring and tedious. So I was thinking you when I was thinking about you when I was playing this, Alex,
Oh, that's
because
so kind.
So she
well, because I
suggested
clicked
the
on
fish trap.
every single thing so you wouldn't be like,
I've
oh,
already
why
tried
did you look at
everything, but I
that?
really have
Because I
no
know
use
when
for
we were
this
playing
thing.
Dishonored, you checked every single corner
I
of the
s-
Hound's Pit's
This
pub.
boat
I
has seen
still
better
missed a
times,
few
but it's
places
still floating.
in the sewers, at least.
Oh, well, still. So I look at
That's
everything
part
I
of living near
can,
the
maybe
water
twice,
these days.
because
Just to make sure.
I would have
Well-
done that once, but it will not even take a week before it looks
this
like
guy
this again.
has
Assist
no
being
motivation
labor.
to do anything.
He seems like kind of a downer.
He is a downer.
So can you go into his house? What was that? What was that?
It's because I didn't remember how to change that. So now I'm in the house.
Oh, there's a fly.
Sometimes
could you live
Dr.
with a
Angus
fly?
comes for a visit.
I know
That's why I have a
there's
second chair.
bottles in the corner,
Ooh, I like bottles.
and so I look at this painting.
Our summer
something.
vacation to Italy. Meta beamed,
You went
like
to Italy?
always. And all I had on my
Is that your
mind was
mom?
probably how to save the world.
No, that's him
I wonder
and
if we
wife.
could have been happy if I
How
had
he got
focused on our
something like that, I have no
relationship
idea,
instead of on our
but-
planet's future.
You know, rich scientist, whatever. I don't think he's rich, but I think he is a scientist.
I'm so sorry, Meta. I sacrificed both of us in the end for a vision no one even cared about.
That's a little weird.
Even during our trip to Italy, I was only thinking about my algae research. I can see it in my eyes.
So
Algae.
he was just thinking about algae and was like, algae.
He just never got away. He never really got away from the work on his vacation.
Yeah, but algae really? Okay.
Algae.
A sad sight.
So, I'm just like, okay, why
Alright,
is
so-
that
Away
even an
tomorrow.
option?
Start predicting what happened to the wife. Start predicting.
These are the self-help guidebooks
From
Dr.
even
Angus
playing
recommended.
an hour
Wonder if she reads them
of this
herself
game,
before
I still had no
recommending
idea
them
what happened
her
to the wife.
patients.
But
Well,
I'm
it-
from
not
what
a
I
screwdriver.
think,
Ways Out
he-
of Workaholism by Gunnar Larson. I don't know. At least a
So-
screwdriver is useful.
what he just said are these are the books that my therapist subscribed gave me.
Uh-huh.
11 o'clock
I
saw
this morning,
Workaholics
violent
one.
protesters stormed
Yeah,
the
so
European
I think
headquarters of
his
the
wife
International
left
Energy
him
Inspection.
because of that.
They
Oh.
protested
Or
the
she's
planned
dead.
renewal of licenses for a total of
I was
7
predicting that
power
she was
plants
dead because I
operated by
was
the
jumped to
controversial
a
energy
conclusion like
corporation
that. What is
Indes
this saying? Sorry.
Industries. During the protests, some militant
So
participants even
this is
managed
talking
to take
about
hostage
some
a
company,
spokesman of the agency.
We will open
Uh,
peaceful dialogue right from the beginning.
some
But the
riot
current
in front of
situation
an
forces
energy
us to
company,
take
I think.
drastic measures. The
Uh,
activists
and they
must
tried to do it
understand
peaceful,
that
but
they
then
can't
people
force
got
political
involved,
decision-making with
and
their illegal and extremist actions.
everyone's in panic. I don't know why this is important, but I think it's some foreshadowing later in the
Meanwhile,
story.
the first injured are taken away and
Probably
the
if
police
it's
are
in
preparing
here
for a
for
long
so
night.
long and I'm not
It will
paying
probably
any
be one of the
attention to it.
longest nights in an otherwise peaceful.
And the world keeps turning without me.
So this guy is a massive tool.
Why is
I
he a
mean,
fool?
seriously. He's just like, I guess he's just depressed. But
My
he
bed.
just...
At first, I tried to sleep in the bed Maida and I shared. Then I moved to Duva's bar of my last son
word.
takes, can I sleep in his old childhood bed?
So, I don't know what happened there.
These are
That
the
must
books
be just
Dr.
like a
Angust
glitch.
recommended so warmly. I put
That's
them
weird.
next to the
So
bed
there's
to
more
increase
books
the chance of
that he
reading them
obviously
sometime.
hasn't read, that his therapist gave him,
That he obviously
and he's
won't.
sleeping in his son's bed because he can't stand to sleep in the bed his wife.
So he
and
had
him
he had a
slept
It
son.
only holds the basics.
What
Yes.
happened to the son?
I don't know, probably. I think he is still alive because he when he talks about him,
So maybe the wife took the son with her.
I think
she
the son just grew up
Oh,
and moved away. I mean,
Okay.
but this isn't usually where a family lives, you know. This is like a country house,
okay.
a vacation house to me, but
Does he?
So I try and
know
take the
more?
The
fishing
fishing
rod.
rod won't solve any of my problems, even if Dr. Angus says otherwise.
He is old, depressed.
so Dr. Angus apparently is just trying to totally occupy this guy with anything,
And
I guess.
is
So
the doctor
fishing?
his
It's
psychologist?
locked. The plan was to leave
that his
everything
doctor?
behind. That day, I
So-
was so drunk I don't even remember where I hid the key.
Now he's a drunk,
Clearly.
and we need to get in there.
And we need
This
So
boat has
I'm
seen better
thinking
times, but
he's
it's still
drunk,
floating.
he's gonna hide it in some odd place. So the boat, right? I mean, you usually hide it under, I know, like, some people hide their extra house keys under mats, under, like, pottery in the front yard, so, but I just go inside, and, cue the long and tedious looking everywhere section. I mean, seriously,
holds
this
the
took me
basics.
too long. I click on everything again, and there's that fly going in that same pattern.
I think the fly
all
has
around
the
the
key.
table.
These are the self-help guidebooks
think the
Dr.
fly
Angus
has the key?
recommended.
Of course,
Wonder
flies
if she
always have
reads them
keys.
herself
This just
before
makes it more
recommending them
difficult to get
her
the key.
patients.
So, basically, what we've learned from this
Oh,
guy
the
is
bottles
he has a
are still
therapist,
here, but then
he's
who else
drunk,
but me
he's
should
some
take
sort
them
of
away?
engineer slash, I don't know if he's an engineer, I think he is though, inventor,
Okay.
algae scientist person,
What is?
and he's workaholic.
Clearly. I like these books in the bottom of the screen.
If I
That
didn't
looks-
have dinner
that
in
looks
town,
nice.
I
That's
would never
appealing
meet any
to my
people
eye.
at all. A full fridge
Yeah, I
would be
know.
social
This is a
suicide.
very. It's just.
A sad sight.
So I continue to do dumb things
And you're looking at everything many times.
over and over again. So he just says "my bed" over and over.
My bed.
And I finally figure out how to skip what he says. So I try and sit
I'll
down.
take a break later, after I've fixed the fogger.
Fogger. My fogger. Seriously. So I'm thinking maybe that bottle looks suspicious.
Which bottle?
This bottle, right? Do you see it right in the corner?
Yes, down in
So
the
I'm gonna walk down to this dog and I'm gonna try and look in the bottle.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so,
I thought maybe he shoved the key in the bottle and tossed it in the river. Excuse me. But no.
I've already tried everything, but I really have no use for this thing.
So he has all this fishing stuff that he's never used.
I don't. Is the key up or something? I don't know. Where would you
In the
hide
past,
the key
we
if you
came
were
here
drunk?
each summer.
A bottle. That makes sense.
I mean, yeah, that does make
Not
sense.
much
Is
left
it
of
in
this
one of the
tree.
bottles
Only the
inside
house and
in the
I.
corner?
No.
Oh.
See, and you're actually approaching this in a better way than I did. I just clicked on everything I could.
You didn't really make any sense of it. You're just like, whatever.
So I'm gonna go
try
up
it.
here. Maybe he hit it with his fogger or something.
That's what I was thinking.
The key is with the fogger. I mean, maybe the bird has it.
The bird.
It's
The
gonna
bird ate
regurgitate
it.
it. And
It will feed me.
so I end up looking at the shutter again, or no, closing it. Whoops.
You closed it. Maybe you hid it in a bush. Now you're just
I mean,
looking around
the
aimlessly.
artwork for this game is brilliant.
It's beautiful, I think.
I actually do like it.
It
I
looks
really
nice.
like it.
It's just
I also like the fact that they took the graphic novel panels and put that in. I thought that was cool. But the voice acting makes me so mad
why?
because it's so monotone
That's what I was
and then it
also
just
thinking.
stops randomly. And then also another thing that bothers me in this game
That's
is
part
it
of-
ruins your immersion because this guy is explaining everything to you. He's like saying, "Oh, this is my fogger. This is the, and when he went up to the picture, he's like, "Oh, this is my wife and us in Italy."
Right.
And it's like he's talking to you.
Sometimes
But
Dr. Angust comes for a visit. That's why I have a second chair.
so I end up just clicking everywhere
Again.
again, and then
So this really did take you way too long.
I mean seriously, I still haven't found it, and this is after like minutes of searching. Now I'm like shaking my mouse because I'm so frustrated.
Trying
I'm
to
already
find.
done with this game. I mean, you'd think you'd be able to like click in those boxes or something.
I should do that, but not today.
So
I'm
he's-
too depressed today.
now he's a procrastinator. And I honestly don't think people should live here because look how small it is. Look at the kitchen. It's not
It's-
a functional kitchen.
It's
Wrong
one
color
person.
For a coffin lid.
Okay, he's one person, but he said his wife and him used to. So I closed the door thinking there's something behind there. And there's nothing. So,
Why was the TV relevant? Oh yeah, sorry.
foreshadowing, trying to get you in with like the.
I'm an idiot.
You're not an
There's
idiot.
only
I'm an
crap.
idiot. Obviously, if I can't find this dang
At
key.
least my mind will
So
be empty
it's making
when I
me
go to bed.
frustrated just watching this.
Just
I'll put that
remembering
away
what it
tomorrow.
was like.
I actually played this. I was really sick last weekend, and I needed something to
It
do. And
only
I was
holds the
terribly
basics.
bored, and I couldn't come and see you or anything because I was like nasty and germy, and you would have gotten sick.
My bad.
I think you got me sick.
I'm sorry,
My
but
bad.
anyway, I continue to look everywhere.
So, is there a new location that the key? I don't know. Because it seems like you have searched every place.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to do, and I'm almost about to give up, but I'm thinking. So I can actually click on the house, and it tells me more about the history of them. No, I don't want
No,
to take
the
the fishing
fishing
rod
rod
again.
won't solve
I was like,
any
why are you
accidentally
trying
did
it
that.
again?
Even if Dr. Angus
So I
says
actually do
otherwise.
everything twice. Do lol.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go look at this door. And just wait what he
The
says.
basement, mausoleum of a failed life, and the only place where I can find spare parts for my fogger.
So that confirms that we need to get in there.
And the key is to that room?
Yeah.
Okay.